This episode is brought to you by Health Carousel. If travel nursing has lost its allure, discover a better way at Health Carousel. Build a career plan that meets your needs, fosters professional growth, and advances your education, all guided by a personal career coach. Don't just settle for another contract. Get the competitive pay, benefits, and full circle support you deserve so you can live and work the way you want. Find out more at hctravelnursing.com/Spotify.
You take care of people. Let H&R Block take care of your taxes. Have the specially trained tax pros at Block Advisors by H&R Block find you every available credit and deduction and save up to 30% compared to the cost of a typical accountant. Plus 100% accuracy guaranteed. Visit blockadvisors.com/caregiver today to get started. Average savings based on national average fees for federal Form 1040 plus Schedule C and one state filing in the latest available 2020 survey conducted by the National Society of Accountants. Pricing may vary. See blockadvisors.com/guarantees for full details.
Let's party each and every year on Christmas Eve, where the fun and cocktail shrimp don't seem to end. Clark and Ralphie taking turns on the TV screen, laughing, singing, yelling with all of our friends. Well, it's Christmas, and let the parties go spread the holiday cheer. 'Cause it's Christmas. Oh, it's the best time of the year. Let's go fake reindeer.
Hey, Dylan.
Hey, Matt!
I'm looking at you.
Oh my God!
I always
Well,
love when I'm
to
looking
be
at
fair,
you.
you look at me all the time.
I look
when
at
we
you all the
record,
time, but still, this
I
is
can
special.
touch you from here.
Near, far, wherever you are. That actually didn't sound bad. We did all right with that.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So I made you watch a cartoon from the 90s called Pepper Ann. Were you familiar with Pepper Ann
Dude,
before
I
this?
fuck hardcore with Pepper
Okay,
Ann.
cool.
So Pepper Ann.
She's way too cool for seventh grade.
She's way too cool for 7th grade. Pepper Ann, I didn't watch during like the original 90s run, but it got picked up by Disney Channel for syndication. And it played constantly on the Disney Channel.
Nonstop. It was great, but it's so good.
Yeah.
And I feel like it came out, so it was this and Recess basically came out the exact same time on like Disney's one Saturday morning lineup.
Yeah.
And I was admittedly probably too old to be watching both of those shows at that point. But I was like, these are both great. Like, the writing is great. The characters are great. Like, the relatability is phenomenal.
Hold on. The fucking theme song, dude.
The theme song to this, and I love that it's the actress who voices Pepper Ann actually singing her own
It's like
theme
a
song.
punk hardcore jam.
Yeah. Who's that girl? What's her name? Is she cool? Is she lame? Oh, you're talking about what's her name?
Yeah.
Pepper Ann.
Pepper Ann! What's
And
she starts screaming for a second, like at the end of each lyric.
Well, and then Pepper Ann, Pepper Ann. She's like 1 in a million.
Yeah, like 1 in a million.
And
I'm
then-
like fucking for it, man.
And then she also
I'll start pitting in the middle of my
the guitar
living room.
solo happens, and she's doing the guitar solo noise
Yeah.
with her voice too. She's like me me meow me me meow me me meow me meow. And I literally my first note is the theme is always ruled.
Dude, it's so good.
So I think they made something like 56 episodes of this show,
Yeah.
and they never repeat what she finds underneath her desk.
No,
that's
it's like
unique
the,
and new every single episode. It's like Bart's chalkboard.
Yeah, it's also fucking what they did with Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
Like at the end of Fairly Odd Parents. I like that bit.
Yeah,
I like
it's always
that.
good.
Like change it every time.
And this one, she goes, "Oh no way, Frosty!" And she like lifts up a melting snowman.
It's dead Frosty.
Did you know?
Which I'm cool with.
I saw you post something so fucking funny where you took. You should. I hope you saved a screenshot of that or something. That was so good.
Oh, fuck.
But basically, the character of Milo calling him out for being like a hipster skater kid or whatever.
Dude, the Pepper Ann's group
Yeah, Nikki, Milo, and Pepper Ann,
is fucking...
and her sister Moose.
They're just hardcore kids.
Yeah.
Like, they literally look like... So, friend of the show, Sean Ward and I went to see a concert the other night. It was Drain, Drug Church, Gel, a bunch of like hardcore bands.
Yeah.
And I texted him something similar that was like, dude, these look like a bunch of kids that we saw on Saturday night. Like it 100%.
Do you know who voiced Milo?
No.
Did you ever watch Salute Your Shorts?
Yeah.
It's Budnick.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, I was
That's
like,
cool.
So this voice sounds slightly familiar, and I clicked into it. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then Pepper Ann's sister is voiced by the voice actress who does like Bobby Hill and all that.
Oh, that's cool. It's so funny you brought up Salute Your Shorts. This is the second day in a row that I'm being forced to rethink Salute Your Shorts. This is not a bad thing. It's just weird that it's come up twice.
It's a good ass show.
We watched Tim and Eric's Bedtime Stories.
Okay.
For those of you not familiar, Tim and Eric, two comedians that had a pretty decent run on Adult Swim, for sure.
They kind of changed what Adult Swim was single-handedly.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like we talked about this when we talked about the I Think You Should Leave episode, but I would argue that show doesn't exist without Tim and Eric.
I think it's fair.
I'm not a huge fan of Tim and Eric. It's just not my kind of humor. But I love Tim and Eric's Bedtime Stories because it's always got like a dark twist on it. But Fish Lips was in one of the episodes.
Nice.
So
Nice.
that's why Salute Your Shorts has come up multiple times. But back to Pepper Ann. They're 7th graders. They look like they're in high school.
They do look like they're in high school, which I guess is also fitting for any kids' TV show where it's middle schoolers.
It was always that way, man. Like, if you go back to Doug, I swore as a kid Doug was like a senior in high
he's
school.
like in 5th grade, I think, in the first run. It's ridiculous.
This episode is brought to you by Health Carousel. If travel nursing has lost its allure, discover a better way at Health Carousel. Build a career plan that meets your needs, fosters professional growth, and advances your education, all guided by a personal career coach. Don't just settle for another contract. Get the competitive pay, benefits, and full circle support you deserve so you can live and work the way you want. Find out more at hctravelnursing.com/Spotify.
You take care of people. Let H&R Block take care of your taxes. Have the specially trained tax pros at Block Advisors by H&R Block find you every available credit and deduction and save up to 30% compared to the cost of a typical accountant. Plus 100% accuracy guaranteed. Visit blockadvisors.com/caregiver today to get started. Average savings based on national average fees for federal Form 1040 plus Schedule C and one state filing in the latest available 2020 survey conducted by the National Society of Accountants. Pricing may vary. See blockadvisors.com/guarantees for full details.
91 Donkey Lane is a magical apartment complex that contains immense power but lacks intelligent inhabitants.
What is happening?
I'm getting texts.
Why are we getting a lot of texts?
People found out what we did.
Oh, dividing Mike Myers into an infinite amount of tiny Mike Myers?
Listen to 91 Donkey Lane for free on Spotify or your favorite podcasting app. More at 91donkeylane.com. See you there, you donkeys.
So the thing that I wrote down about this episode was genuinely, like, towards the end, I think this is genuinely a really good Christmas special.
I think so. Like I have some questions.
I like the concept of it. That her mom's Jewish, her dad's celebrates Christmas. She always has to split time between two, and she believes that she has to make a decision of which one she celebrates full time. I think it's interesting that they're highlighting this aspect, right? Because the Rugrats were firmly a show about people who celebrated Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Pretty much every other TV show in the history of the world, they celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
It was cool to get. I was like, this is kind of interesting because this is more common than not.
For sure.
That some people, especially in a divorced household, like their family celebrates Christmas this way, the other side of their family celebrates Christmas another way. Trying to work that out, trying to figure out like what is your holiday when it's split amongst two homes, figuring out when it's split amongst two completely different celebrations and belief structures and holidays in general. I was like, oh, this is a cute setup to get to like what is what we've said a million times. At the end of the day, it's about what you're doing with your family.
It is, and it's nice. There are some things that I've made of note. The person running the drama department who is casting this show,
Wild.
absolutely insane. Right? Did you see that the person representing Kwanzaa was a white girl with blonde hair?
No, I didn't, but that seems...
Yeah.
Well, so here's the thing that I thought was really funny. I did, in fact, write down this play feels authentically like a middle school play.
Oh,
in every
100%.
Like even the way that they awkwardly read the lines on stage, I'm like, man, they nailed this.
Oh, yeah. The only thing that they didn't get right were the kids were talking too loud.
Yeah.
Because if as the person who does do the drama club at the school, oh my God, and it's every rehearsal, please speak up, talk louder,
project. You got to project.
And you got I use your diaphragm. I'm like, come on, guys. And then I'll have them in class, and they'll be screaming across the room, and I'm like, why can't you do that when we're on
do that on a stage? God damn you!
But it's
I'm gonna fail you.
I didn't say that. That was Matt.
I think it's cute. You think people would confuse our voices?
Oh yeah, that's true. But it's very reminiscent of real life, and some of those kids. So I don't know much about Pepper Ann. Like I did watch it as a kid.
There's a kid who always has pink eye.
Thank you.
Yes.
There was multiple questions I had. Number one, I loved the little goth kid.
Yep.
The abandon all hope to ye who enter. That kid ruled. And this kid that always has pink eye?
He always, the entire run of the series, he always has pink eye.
I wasn't sure if that was like a recent thing or not.
Nope. No, that's
whole
from
time.
episode number 1. He just always has pink eye.
Oh, that's rough, man.
He's just rubbing his eyeball
thing
and
to always
shit.
have. Like that.
Yeah, it ain't great.
There are some things that I would be like, yeah, if you always had a sore throat, like that would suck. But I could get through life. Like eventually, you kind of just
if you
get
just
used to
always
it.
had a gross ass crusty pink eye. Oh,
dude, that shit sucks.
no bueno.
So when did Pepper Ann's parents get divorced?
Before the first episode.
Okay, so
no, we didn't go through a divorce episode of Pepper Ann.
I wasn't sure. So if that is the case,
it's not the vibe that I got, and I did a rewatch of Pepper Ann maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Disney Plus announced that they were putting all of Pepper Ann on, and I was like, well, I'm gonna rock through that.
Yeah.
I was just absolutely gonna relive that. And her dad, for whatever reason, speaks like Clark Gable.
Sucks. Her dad fucking sucks.
Well,
dude.
So it's that she's always. I think it was one of those things where the relationship, the mom and the dad never stopped loving each other, but the dad was a pilot and was constantly having to fly city to city to city. So it was kind of more just you can't be here. It's you're just not here, and it's not your fault. That's what your job is, but it's putting a strain type situation.
But the dad sucks. The way the dad talks to her, and the dad's like, oh, and remember, your grandmother's old fashioned, so please break out the dress. Fuck you, Dad. You fucking asshole.
A little bit. Pepper Ann. How about during the play when you, for a couple seconds at least, think Pepper Ann killed her grandma?
Dude, it's so awesome. It's so
Dude,
good.
her menorah costume is so dope, actually.
It's so good. In contrast to the mom wears a dreidel hat, which I'm pretty sure is offensive. Right?
Probably. Now, I don't know if it's offensive or not, but when she was painting a candy cane colored dreidel, I was like, that's fucking dope.
That was really cool.
I would put that in my house. I'd be like, I sell it. Look, it's safe. You can celebrate all holidays in my home.
Also, I'm for a menorah singing. What did she sing? The 12 Days of Christmas? Whatever.
I just love that she's singing it so passionately, but you hear underneath the music, and the piano is clearly playing Hanukkah.
Yeah.
She's on the first day, it's dun 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 dun.
But overall, man, solid watch for sure. I think it's a good message that I'm also you're telling me this kid hasn't dealt with this situation already? You're in 7th grade.
Well, I think it's because
she haven't had to celebrate both yet.
I think it's because she misunderstands what her parents say about
and
having to make a choice.
I'm going to be completely honest. Totally missed that when I first started watching it.
Yeah, no. Yeah, she mishears her parents literally say, well, we've waited long enough. She has to make a choice. And I forget what the choice even was ultimately, because it's so non-important. I do want to briefly touch on Milo and Nikki's stories as well. Milo was supposed to go to Hawaii.
Right. Yeah.
And then through a series of random happenstances, he's dressed as an elf delivering muffins to people all Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And Nikki is, instead of wanting anything for Christmas, choosing to give for Christmas. So she's doing a bunch of charity work, and then it starts to really stress her out to a certain extent.
Yeah, she's definitely losing her mind, and
Yeah.
we've all been there.
Dude,
We've all been very irritable.
I relate it to when the mom was like, I just gave away some of those old books of yours to so-and-so. You're just like, okay, yeah, don't run that past me or anything. But probably the best line of the episode is, at one point Pepper Ann is like trying to decide what she should do, and she goes to a soup kitchen where Nikki's volunteering.
Yep.
And Milo is talking to a bunch of the homeless people there about like how tough life has been, and he's like, that sounds really rough, man, like take a muffin. And he's like, we're gonna go play video games, we're gonna hang out, like we're gonna do some cool stuff.
I do love this.
So then at the very end of the episode, the news shows up, and they want to celebrate a person who gave as
muffin.
Yeah, basically who gave instead of received. And Nikki thinks that she's about to win something, and it goes to Milo for giving the muffin. And he gets a trip to Hawaii, and he goes, well, but this shouldn't go to me. My friend Nikki did so much. And Nikki says, you want to give your gift to me? And the news reporter just goes, did we mention it's non-transferable? Yeah.
God.
But somehow they managed to get the whole radio station to pay for all three of their families to enjoy Hawaii, which I haven't been to Hawaii. From every movie I've ever watched where someone goes to Hawaii, it seems like the type of place where it's real hard to want to come home from it once you're there. It's apparently very beautiful and relaxing. I don't want to go there at Christmas. There is one day of the year that I want it fucking freezing and cold and snowy.
Yeah, man. Like that's what I don't. I think
It's what drives me nuts in the
is
Home
fucking
Alone
wild.
2. I'm like, we're going to Florida. Like, I'm on Kevin's side.
Yep.
Wait, we're going where there's no snow for Christmas? What are you, crazy?
This is wild, but I would 100% base where I live off of if it's cold around Christmas time, or if at least it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's
cold around Christmas
key.
time.
It is absolutely key.
I'm fine. I am totally cool with going down to Florida like the month before Christmas. Like that's fine, but like
I'll fucking go December 26th. I don't care. But that Christmas day, I want snow on the ground. Well, look, I'm not going to complain when we don't. We were very lucky this winter.
Yeah,
I don't think there was a snowflake that touched my grass in the entire winter.
Yep.
Thank you, global warming. But yeah, I ultimately that is like it feels. Listen, even doing Halloween, when I did Halloween in LA, I was like, this fucking sucks.
yeah, dude.
I want that little crisp chill in the air.
I want that crisp chill in the air, and that's why like people get so pissed off when like we get that false fall.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it's Halloween, and they're like, bro, it's the end of August. Like,
Yeah.
chill
I love false fall, man.
Dude,
that's
me
some of the best times.
too. Me too.
Same with like false spring.
Yep.
When it's like real cold, and then you get like that unexpected like
Yeah.
mid 60s day, and you're just like, fuck,
like the end of February,
Yeah.
March.
Oof.
Oh god,
Talking my language.
breaking out the shorts, baby. Then the next day it's like 20 degrees.
20 degrees. Well, Dylan,
Put the
all
peacoat bat on.
of my Christmases are kosher when you're around.
Oh, buddy, that's so sweet. I would love to celebrate Christmas and Hanukkah with you, brother.
Oh, whoa, now we won't stop till the big ball drops on New Year's. Happy holly, have a great holly, have a merry happy holiday.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network.